Hello, welcome back. If this is your first time here, thanks for stopping by. Here, we discuss, we study, and we add knowledge so that we may know more and be more. The phrase we will be discussing today is be more. I know most of the time we hear when you know better, you do better. That is correct. The more you know, the better you do. But for me, I think the right order would be to know better and be better because the being precedes the doing. The thing about being is it is internal. The practices that you carry out to achieve a goal, the activities you do to achieve a goal become so internalized that you're grounded in them. One becomes grounded in them. So, whereas doing is activity based, the external, and could be intermittent or occasional, being is internal, it is identity based, and it is sustainable. Have you ever heard someone say, I've heard it, I think, a number of times from different people, that if they got to zero and everything they ever worked for, everything they acquired and have was taken from them, they would be able to build from the scratch up and probably surpass whatever they had before. Have you ever heard someone say that and wondered what is giving them the audacity or confidence to say that? I tell you, they can say that because they know exactly what to do to get back to where they were. They have embodied that that thing, that goal, or that achievement. So they don't say they have success. They are successful. They are success. You become a success, not you have success, because they have so done that activity, they have so internalized the practices first and the processes and the steps to being successful, so much so that if they find themselves back to zero, they will just replicate, not even replicate, just bring out of their being who they are, who they are, because they have internalized what it is to be successful. I think the best way to say it is they are their own blueprints. They don't have a blueprint, they are the blueprints. I am the blueprint of whatever life I want to live. I am the blueprint of whatever I want to get in this life, whatever I desire, whatever height I want to attain. Why would I say that? Because there is an internal work that has been done and that continues to go on. That 95% of the work that goes on inside, it's mostly intangible, but that's where the anchor is. That's the grounding that gives birth to the external, that brings forth what everybody now sees on the outside. And it's, oh, wow, this person must be an overnight success. Have you ever heard the term overnight success? That's how that term is born. Because at the time the internal work is going on, at the time the grounding is taking place, nobody sees it. Nobody knows when somebody has decided to put in the work, work on their minds, feed their mind, move their paradigm, just, do the shifts to be able to become who they want to become so that they can have what they want to have. Nobody sees it. People just see the results on the outside. They're like, oh my God, what a sensation you are. But you did some work that sometimes you may not even be able to explain. Most of the times I'm aspiring to a thing, to accomplish something. I may not even know how to go about it. Sometimes I have no clue. But I know one thing, I can begin to practice the virtues of somebody who can or who will eventually accomplish that thing I want. So I put in the intangibles. I put the intangibles in place. The practices, focus, intentionality, attitude, those kinds of practices. you begin to operate from a place of gratitude. There are several practices like that. And homogeneity, making sure that your thoughts are aligning with your words and eventually your deeds. These things are mostly internal and are not seen at the time you're putting them in place. But that's the bedrock, that's the grounding that eventually prepares one to accomplish that which they are aspiring for. Well, that's my own case. Most of the time, I already live in the reality of what I want before my physical circumstances catch up. I recall one time I met with somebody who I was going to do a job for, and immediately the guy saw me walk in. That was his first time of meeting me. We had spoken over the phone, and he was there with an associate of his, and he introduced me as the person who was going to do the job for them and said she works for high net worth individuals. You know where that got me? Because I was already preparing for that time of my life. I was already doing the internal work, preparing to be someone who works for high net worth individuals. I didn't say it to anybody. I was working on my mindsets, my presentations, my courage, my composure, my articulation, my interactions. I was just doing the internal work, preparing myself for when I would begin to actually meet high net worth individuals. And here I was, the first time he ever met me, knew nothing about me other than the phone call that we had, because I was introduced to him by somebody else. And he introduces me to another person who was meeting me at the same time he was meeting me as the person who would do the work. I was really living in that reality before my physical circumstances eventually caught up. And this is just one of the numerous examples I can give you. And I believe I'm not the only one who has experienced, who has begun to experience a life they want to live internally before their physical circumstances caught up. I think it's something that could be akin to that thing they say, living on top of the world. You just have this knowing, this assurance, this confidence that you are this person. This is who you are. Even when it seems on the outside that you're not quite there. You're not even perturbed. You're not even bothered about your circumstances lagging behind per se. Because you're doing the work internally. You're fixing your mindset. You're becoming grounded in the reality of where you are aspiring to. And eventually, circumstances will just catch up with you. So that's it about being. That's the crux of the of success. That's the crux of accomplishments. It's where the real work is done. And it's also what sustains the accomplishments. You have become that person. You have become a success. So successful things just come to you naturally. You have become an achiever. So achieving your goals just come to you naturally because you have become the blueprint for whatever life you want to live. It takes studying. It takes practice. It takes working on your mindset and your paradigm and reinforcing the things that you are learning over and over until it becomes an identity. You are that person. You are a success. You are a wealthy person. You are a healthy person. You don't have wealth. You don't have health. You are that person because you have embodied what it takes to live in the reality of that thing you may have been aspiring to. Well, that's what I wanted to share with us today, the discussion I wanted us to have today. Please tell me, does anything I've said here today resonate with you in one way or the other? Is this your experience, or is this something you have noticed around where you are with the people that you interact with? I'd like to know if this is something that you can relate with one way or the other. Please share in the comment section so that we can hear from you and learn from you as well. And if there's anything else you want to add to this conversation, please share with us in the comment section. I've enjoyed our time together today, and I'm looking forward to having you back here for yet another empowering discussion to help us learn and grow together. For now, go ahead, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this content with somebody, and turn on your notification. I'm going to see you again, same time next time. Bye for now.